very surprised. I was very surprised that a vice mayor would call on gang members to defend against ICE. But it's a real thing. It is absolutely a real thing. I'm not lying to you. I'm going to bring you up to speed on it. Check it out as what's happening out here in California, y'all.
I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles. 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all...
The vice mayor of Cudahy is under federal investigation tonight for this controversial video obtained exclusively by Fox News.
In it, she appears to call several times for local gang members to defend their territory from ICE.
Fox 7's Matthew Seedorf joins us now live from Cudahy with the shocking video. Matthew.
Yeah, the vice mayor today not answering any of our text calls or emails as her video gains national attention.
Whoever's the leadership over there, just get your members in order.
An explosive TikTok video now the center of a possible FBI investigation in LA County.
Don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing if you're not showing up right now.
For about 90 seconds, City of Cudahy Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez calls on gang members to defend their territory from ICE.
You guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you.
The controversial video was shared last week in a...
I just found it. I'm about to pull it up on the screen. We gotta address this. I just found it.
Not for nothing, but I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles. 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you. It's everyone else who's not about the gang life that's out there protesting and speaking up. We're out there like fighting our turf, protecting our people. And like, where you at? Bien calladitos, todos los chulitos. I'm like, dude, they're running amok all up on your streets and in your city. And Pete, when the big gang guns come in, nothing but like quiet, and we're out here, the regular ones that have never been jumped in, out here calling things out, trying to organize people, trying to do the thing. So don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing if you're not showing up right now, trying to like help out and organize. I don't want to hear a peep out of you once they're gone, trying to claim that this is my block. This was not your block. You weren't even here helping out. So whoever's the leadership over there, just fucking get your members in order.
A vice mayor is speaking to gang members and saying that they need to organize against ICE. Do y'all see why it's important for us okay, let me revise that. Do y'all see why it's important for us to gatekeep the United States of America? Honestly, do you see why now it's important for us to gatekeep? Why we can't let everybody just be able to come over here and say and do what they want? Now, this is a vice mayor. This is a person that is actually a part of a legislative branch. This is a person that's a part of an office. This is a person that helps determine where the budget in the city and the money goes and the laws and all of this other stuff. And this is a person that is in leadership. And y'all just let anybody just come over here and say and do what they want. I look at her no different than I look at all of these treasonous people in the United States of America that stood with Iran. You don't have to necessarily agree with Israel, but I ain't no way in hell that I'm ever going to say that I support Iran. People are saying I stand with Iran. Not that they made a smart decision on this, or not that they could do that. Or no, they say that I stand with Iran. I said, what in the hell is going on in the United States of America? Honestly, I just can't believe the amount of people that are so treasonous. I remember when there was an assassination attempt against Trump on his life, and people were happy and celebrated. I seen women that were sitting there celebrating the possibility that a former president at the time an election candidate and the person that ultimately was going to become the president of the United States of America, for their own selfish reasons, was excited and elated at the possibility of Trump being assassinated. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And now they're calling on gang members. Ignore the fact that they know that gang members actually exist in their own communities, in their own neighborhoods. Let's ignore that all completely. Let's just have the conversation based off of why we should support gang members in the first place. Why are you allowing for gang activity to take place on these blocks? Why is that not eradicated? And why are we not trying to fix our own neighborhoods? And why do we get to the point to where you're sitting there saying that they need to make sure that they go against actual real officers and federal employees that represent the United States of America, and they saying that the gang members need to defend against immigrations and customs? Sierra, you said they're still calling for his assassination. Facts. Facts. What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Sylvia says that Chicago Mayor Johnson always calls the community to stand against ICE. Listen. Let me just be very frank on what I believe against Chicago Mayor. I believe that Brandon Johnson could quite possibly, surely, is a plant. If there's anybody that's a plant, I know that y'all always think that plants come in the form of, I'm not talking about the ones that grow. I'm talking about the ones that are sat there to keep you under duress. I know that y'all think that plants a lot of times come from, that they don't look like us and all of this stuff. They absolutely do. They 100% do. Did y'all see what happened in the primary over there in New York? We'll talk about it the next segment. We'll talk about it. I didn't even plan on talking about the primary in New York, but we could talk about it in the next segment. I believe that Brandon Johnson is a plant, 100%. You can't have somebody come here, become the mayor of Chicago, and then allocate billions of dollars towards illegal migrants and then be able to justify it saying that no, crime is down. No, it's not. It's underreported. It's underreported. I believe that it's a lot of plants. I believe that Al Sharpton is a plant. I believe that Roland Martin is a plant. I believe that Brandon Johnson is a plant. I believe that Jasmine Crockett and her big eyelashes is a plant. I believe that all of these people are plants. And if they not, then they just so ignorant and we're so dumb for continuing to support them. And it's just stupid, bro. It's stupid. Have y'all seen what's happening in New York?
Since been deleted, along with these Facebook posts obtained by Fox before they were also taken down. The vice mayor writing, "I need a lawyer. The FBI just came to my house," saying it was about a TikTok video that I made that went viral, literally a TikTok, adding she believes this is a First Amendment rights issue.
And they're using our brown bodies to avoid the conversation that this administration is a failure.
Gonzalez seen earlier this month at a press conference with LA area mayors.
She's a personal friend. I know her, and I know that she wouldn't call for violence.
Nearby Huntington Park Mayor Arturo Flores condemns Gonzalez's video.
Words are important, and so you have to be very careful about what you say and how you say it.
While now urging local police to verify identities of those believed to be federal agents.
So now am I able to operate with impunity? Am I able to tackle you right now?
Telling officers to pull over those without license plates for possible immigration operations.
If a caravan's coming in to our community, 4 or 5 vehicles, what I expect is for a vetting to happen of who those individuals are.
We're out there like fighting our turf, protecting our turf, protecting our people. And like, where you at?
The vice mayor not returning our calls, but a spokesperson from the city of Cudahy shared this written statement with Fox 11, saying they're aware of recent comments made by Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez on social media. The comments made by the vice mayor reflect her personal views and do not represent the views or official position of the city of Cudahy.
It actually does. It 100% does, because if she's a representation of the city, then you can't then absolve her from being able to be responsible for what she says, because her views are a reflection of the community. It 100% does. It 100% does reflect the views of the community. You can't absolve her from it. You can't absolve her from it. There's no way that you can remove her from her views. If she is a representation of it, then you have to take that into consideration.
We also reached out to every other single city council member here. So far, all we've had back is that one written statement. Reporting live tonight, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
So Matthew say that video has gone viral, and if you've looked at it, have you looked at the comments? Does she respond to people in the comments?
Yeah, the only comments that we've seen from her are on Facebook. The only response at all, really, in that now deleted video. We haven't seen any sort of response from her as this video is gaining national attention in other places like Twitter and on Instagram.
And you've seen the video from beginning to end, Matthew. Is there a really obvious threat? Is she calling for violence?
I mean, an obvious threat. Yeah, it's an obvious threat.
She does mention defending territory. She names those gangs by name. It's up to interpretation, I guess. And that
No, it's not. She said it very bluntly and very clearly. She didn't mince words. She didn't do any of that. She very, very clearly communicated her thoughts, and she said what she said. She said what she said. I think that she should be arrested and she should be held accountable. Because anybody else that would do that, that would be held accountable. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read a couple of super chats, and then I'm going to go over to New York really quickly because I want to talk about New York and what's going on over in New York. Nichelle says, sis is literally putting a target on her back in the hood and professionally. Dumb as hell. Devil Game, I don't like that name. Devil Games X says, she sounds just like a black woman that likes and uplifts hood dudes and jailbirds. We need to separate ourselves. And you need to change your name, big dog. Crazy P says the Mexican Mafia controls 18th Street and Florencia from prison. Rico is coming soon. Coach says, Uncle Anton, I'm all for women's rights, but I see why they didn't have it in the first place. That vice mayor should lose her position immediately. Are y'all? All right, before we go over to the next thing, let me ask y'all a question. Are y'all all for women's rights? Is everybody for women's rights in the chat? I just want to know. I want to know before I go over to the next part of the conversation. Is everybody all for women's rights? I know I'm going to catch some flack about this one. How do y'all feel about that? Ooh, I see a lot of no's. I see a lot of no's. Oh, Coco said, hell no. Coco, you said no? Vanessa, you said no too? Rich said it depends. Depends on what? Oh, their right to remain silent, and that's it. Her right to cook and clean. Oh, man. Overwhelmingly, the majority of the thousands of people that are, it's over 3,000, over 3,300 people that's watching this right now on YouTube. And everybody is saying no.